Hello and welcome. This is Dice Psycho. After the previous part, we are ready to start the route with a girl number 2. So let's begin. My result was 2, huh? 2. Its power is a hair's breadth stronger than 1. Unfortunately, it's not nearly enough to win. In the end, is that all I'm capable of? I swallowed the coarse words of regret and frustration deep within my chest. In despair, I tried to forget about the memories of my past life. Second eye. Whoa, that's a good-looking girl. That girl clutching at a urine. Sprouting from the depths of misfortune with a one-way ticket to death. She will lead you to ruin. I bet she will. Now the die is cast. The second roll. My name is Metero. I'm just a normal second-year student attending a private high school. I don't have any particular skills and my grades are merely average. I'm one of those people who are lacking in personality and individuality. Speaking of which, right now my classmates are wrecking their heads over their career paths after graduation. We're still second years though. I think it's a bit early to be thinking about our future. Everyone's studying seriously and no one is stupid enough to do anything to stand out from the crowd because they're worried about getting a black mark on their school report. I'm the same, but I don't think there is any point in thinking about the future. Anyways, I don't even know where to begin to think about the future. Therefore, I'll just live each day as it comes. Today, tomorrow, and certainly in the years ahead. Today is the start of a new semester. I arrived at school with plenty of time to spare, entered the classroom, took my seat, and began reading the rest of my light novel. I bought this the day before yesterday, and it's quite interesting. The story is a typical amnesia story. A boy who has lost his memory is offered a drink, our light, by an unfamiliar girl. As the story progresses, more and more is revealed about the girl and the boy's past. At the moment her darkness is revealed, the girl always puts on a crazy face, and the boy meets an unfortunate fate. It's a quiet and eccentric tale, but it's quite interesting too. Among them, my favorite is a Bokuko girl called Rikana Millefiori. She is a tsundere, moe moe younger sister type of character with blonde twin tails. Oi, Rikanatan, I hope they make merchandise of you soon. Ah, I can't wait for it. Oi, can you hear me? You're not just ignoring me, are you? While absent-mindedly thinking about 2D girls, I was suddenly bumped on the shoulder. Ah, I was just about to get to the good part. What the heck? Don't spoil my fun. Are you reading something weird again? You're really into that kind of stuff, aren't you? Yo, you're early, Metro. Is this your morning super otaku time routine? I turned around and there they were, my childhood friends, Nana and Yukimaru. Metro, you're not popular because you only read that weird stuff. Nana scowled at me as if I was looking at something dirty. Do you really have to act like it's so disgusting? She's a normie through and through. Doesn't understand hobbies like mine and is hard on otakus like me. Well, isn't it alright? As for me, I like One Piece too, you know. Huh? That's completely different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those disgusting big-eyed cutesy ones. And there it is. One Piece is okay, but more stuff is not acceptable. This woman is my complete opposite. Yukimaru's rather tolerant of moe, but Nana can't handle it at all. We are friends who met in middle school. When we were in middle school, Nana, Yukimaru and I used to hang out together. I remember my parents used to get mad at me for playing until late at night every day. I'm not the mischievous kid I was back then. I'm now more of an indoor otaku type who's immersed in the world of 2D. While I was thinking about the past, the chime rang. Oops, is it that time already? Those two rabble-rousers, as well as their classmates, took their seats at once. As homeroom begins, the classroom is silent. So it has begun. When I looked up, I noticed an unfamiliar woman next to the teacher. Who's that? With such beautiful eyes. She looks too mature to be a transfer student. I mean, she's not even wearing a uniform. Starting from today, we have a new temporary teaching assistant. She'll be observing everyone's classes, so be nice to her. My name is Saiko, and I'll be working in this class as a teacher in training starting from today. Until my last day here, I'm hoping to get to know you all a lot. I know I'm not the best, but please take care of me. Wow, what a beautiful person. I could feel all the boys in the class gasping in awe of her beauty. Just the idea of having such a beautiful woman in the same room, starting from today, is enough to get me hyped up. And so, starting today, the exciting class under the watchful eye of a beautiful woman began. Self-study time. My homeroom teacher is not in the classroom. Right now, the teaching assistant's wandering around the classroom, watching over everyone's self-study. Normally, everyone does whatever they want because their homeroom teacher isn't there. Well, it's understandable that everyone's nervous when a beautiful woman is watching them like this. Hey you, what's your name? How do I pronounce it? While the whole class was quietly studying, Saiko-sensei spoke to me in a whisper. Huh? Why me? Did I do something wrong? I didn't do anything to offend her, I hope. It's Metaro. Lasted for a moment, I gave an honest answer. Ara. Oh, you're doing that one. Ara, is that so? I knew it. Saiko-sensei smiled at me as if relieved by something. I don't know what the issue is. I can't read Sensei's mind at all. Listen, I need to talk to you, and I was wondering if you could come down to the staff room at lunchtime. Oh? Could it be a private consultation with the teacher? If you understand what I'm talking about. Lunch break. I wasn't standing in front of the staff room door. I'm nervous because I don't come to the staff room very often. When I fearfully opened the door, the teacher who received me was smiling and waving at me. From her cheerfulness, it doesn't sound like bad news. So that's good, at least. Me-chan. I'm sorry? Me-chan? It's so good to see you again. I'm so happy to meet you. I've been wanting to see you for a long time. Me-chan. That's why I came back. Do you remember me? Apparently the teacher and I had met before. But where and when exactly? I have absolutely no recollection of this. When did I meet such a beautiful woman? She knew my name and calls me by my nickname, Me-chan. It sounds like we are more than just mere acquaintances. Do we remember her? I think no. Who are you? Well, don't rack your brains too hard about it. We even played together for a bit as kids back in the day, remember? The correct answer is Me-chan's future fiancé, Saiko Oni-chan. So cute. Of course you remember, don't you? Or you don't remember? Fiancé? What the hell is she talking about? There is no way I've become so intimate with a woman without knowing it. Saiko Oni-chan? What? With this name in mind, let's jog my memory once again. Me-chan, I love you. When I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher, so I'm going to go to Tokyo. When I become a teacher, I'll teach you a lot, Me-chan. Okay. It's goodbye for now. I'll be back for sure. So remember me, and don't forget me, okay? Promise me. It's a promise. Ah, I remembered. Isn't Saiko the girl whom I used to play with in the neighborhood park when I was in elementary school? I think it was a promise that when she became a teacher in the future, she would come back to teach me. I had bad grades. You remembered, didn't you? I'm so glad. I'm back, Me-chan. My beloved Saiko Oni-chan has come back to our hometown. You've come back as an adult, Saiko. I once again checked her out from head to toe. She was cute back then, but now that she's an adult, she seems to have gotten more beautiful and ladylike. So such a perfect person actually exists in real life. 2D can't compete. Hooray for 3D! Hey, what are you staring at? By any chance, is it here? Saiko peevishly pointed at her cleavage. No, it's not. Oh, such big... yeah. I felt like I shouldn't be staring, so I looked away from her ample bosom. Saiko giggled happily. As was that too stimulating for a boy? Your face is turning red. You haven't changed at all, Me-chan. You're still the cute, earnest, and shy boy I remember. Oni-chan is so happy for you. Oh, but you're a bit more naughty and lewd now, aren't you? You didn't have to say that, Saiko. You really didn't have to. I heard from your homeroom teacher that Me-chan is studying hard now, that he's got a good head on his shoulders. That's amazing, but it's kind of a shame because that means that you can do it without me teaching you, right? Well, I'm not quite there yet. Yeah, I maybe need an additional push. You don't have to be modest. I can tell when you're hiding something. But yes, if that's the case, how about I give you special lessons in non-academic subjects? How about some private tutoring? Well, we can think about it. Certainly. I must have lost a few years of life from hearing those words full of hidden meaning, and I returned to the classroom in a daze. How about I give you special lessons in non-academic subjects? Non-academic subjects, what could those be? Bo? No, I can't concentrate on my studies like this. And I won't be able to sleep at night. I'm too excited. So, spill it. What was the private consultation all about? Metero. Yukimaru was excited as hell and asked for more details. By the way, I met Yukimaru when I was in middle school, so I don't know anything about him before that. What do you mean middle school? You have just told us that he is your childhood friend. Maybe middle school is still childhood. Okay. I explained that we knew each other from childhood and that we had reunited after several years. Oh, so you knew her? That teaching assistant. Nana, who had been silent on the sideline thus far, spoke up. What, so she's been listening in on us all along? Seriously, what a coincidence. Well, these things do happen, so what's the age difference between Sensei and us? I think we were about 5 years apart in age, if I recall. Well, it's not that much. We are in high school now, so I guess that Psycho just got her teaching license very recently. So if it's been quite a few years since you've last seen each other, wouldn't your face have changed a lot? Certainly, your face still looks a bit from when you were smaller, but it's hard to tell at a glance. If it were me, I probably wouldn't be able to recognize you after so long. Well, these guys have a point. But we recognized each other. And that must be proof of how strong the bond between us was, even after several years of being apart. Maybe it's fate. I'm jealous that you get to be close to such a beautiful teacher. Hey, Metaro, introduce me to... Die. Nana announced her descent, rapping Yukimaru roughly on the back. Ouch, it hurts. I don't know if she was actually annoyed or not, but she sure was using a lot of force. It must have hurt like hell. I'm sorry. It's just a joke, Nana-sama. You're 100 times cuter. Next time, I'll kill you for sure. Yukimaru's desperate apology was in vain as Nana continued to vent her anger on him. It looks like they don't get along, but this is normal of them. It means they have a healthy friendship. Yes, that's what a healthy friendship looks like. We've always been like this with each other. It's true. There is no way I'd be indulging in anything other than Nana. Right, Metero? No, that would be troublesome for me. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm tired of hearing your lies. If you've still got the energy to lie. Although we're not dating, the three of us are still close-knit friends. Dusk. Everyone's already left school. On the other hand, I was sitting on a bench reading the rest of my light novel, waiting for Psycho. Rikana-tan is great, but Ayano... Uh, Cafe-Light? Ayana Cafe-Light-chan sure is cute too. She's a complex heroine who can hardly be described with a single term like yandere or menhera. Her appeal crosses genre conventions. If I had to pick one, I'd say psychopath, I suppose. Hey, Machan, what's that book you're reading? Psycho popped up from right behind me. When did you come up from behind me? Sensei, are you a spy? I showed her the cover of the book as she sat down next to me. Mix or refrain. I've never heard of it. I did not know you liked this sort of thing, Machan. And Mix or is also a game by this same author. Like an old game, I think, like 2013 or something. After staring into my eyes, Sensei nodded. Well, shall we go now? To Sensei's house. I want to talk with Machan. It's been so long since we last had a talk. Psycho let me into her car and drove to her place. Come in, sit wherever you like, okay? With that, Psycho headed towards the kitchen. Left alone in the living room, I sat down on the large three-seater sofa. Whoa, what a soft and luxurious sofa. Psycho's place was on the upper floor of a tower apartment building. The house was quite spacious and seemed comfortable to live in. Doesn't it cost a lot of money to buy a nice apartment like this? This residence alone was proof enough that Psycho led a wealthy life. Here you go. It's iced peach tea. I prepared some special tea leaves just for you, Machan. Please try it. I worked up a bit of sweat today, so I'm going to take a shower. Just give me a moment, I'll be done in a jiffy. Psycho-sensei served me a cup of tea and then headed for the bathroom. Well, come to think of it, I'm quite thirsty. Much appreciated. Since I came all the way here, I might as well try the tea. As I drank and gulped down my throat, the cool peach flavor spread over my tongue. Yummy. I wonder what this is made of. Is this the kind of iced tea that fashionable adults drink? The kind you see in coffee shops? I've only ever drunk green tea and oolong tea. I couldn't help but be impressed by the unknown world of tea that suddenly opened up to me. In the midst of this silence, the sound of running water in the shower was plainly audible. Wow, it's kinda erotic. Oh, getting all aroused. Now that I've calmed down a bit, I realized I'm in quite a crazy situation, aren't I? Come to think of it, I followed her in as if it was natural to do so, but I just realized that this is the first time I've come to a woman's house. Oh, a boy is getting to be a man. No, I don't have any ulterior motives or anything, I promise. But even just thinking about it somehow or another, I just get nervous and fidgety. Sensei is still at it. What's going to happen when she comes back? No, of course nothing will happen, silly. Oh, I can't stop the mental chatter in my head. At that moment, my eyes suddenly fell on the dice on the table. I took one in my hand and rolled it around my palm. Why is it that when I do this, a wave of nostalgia washes over me? Thanks for waiting, Ara. Oof. Were you playing with those? You know, those dice are quite nostalgic. My friend gave them to me. Isn't it a pretty color? It's made from a blue ore. What's it called again? Sensei snuggled up next to me and gently rested her hand on mine. The fragrance of shampoo lingered on her damp hair. Did you know? The top and bottom sides of a die always add up to 7. You know, a long time ago in some faraway country, the prisoners on death row were making a bet for a chance to escape. You roll the dice and whoever gets the biggest roll wins. The loser becomes the bait to let the winner escape. One was an ordinary single man, the other was a father with a wife and child waiting at home. Which one do you think should win, Mechan? Well, I'm not a father, but let's save. I'll like to explore both options. First we will go for the father, so I guess given our history, we are not the father. Well, I suppose general opinion is that a life with a family weighs more than a single life. Shouldn't both lives have equal value? Actually, you know, there is no continuation to that story. Maybe in the future it might be made. Okay, let's take the other route. I want the single man to win, meaning myself, of course. Para, it's funny, because I was just thinking the same thing. For Mechan, you and I are quite alike, aren't we? Actually, you know, there is no continuation to that story. Maybe in the future it might be made. Grumble? My stomach rumbled loudly. So embarrassing. Oh my goodness, just wait a minute, I'll prepare dinner right away. To think of it, I didn't have anything for lunch, did I? Sensei giggled as she put on her apron and headed for the kitchen. I wonder how long it's going to take, if she just started preparing now. I feel like I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to lie down for a bit. Mechan, love you. When I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to go to Tokyo. When I become a teacher, I'll teach you a lot, Mechan. It's goodbye for now, but I'll be back for sure. So remember me and don't forget me, okay? Promise me. It's a promise. No, this is our first choice. Okay, let's save. And we will go the route against her. So we will choose, but people change over time. Wake up, Mechan. Rise and shine. You'll catch a cold if you sleep there. Sorry to keep you waiting, but dinner is ready. It's done already. Whoa, it's true, it smells so good. I pulled myself up to look at the table. Delicious looking dishes were spread out on top of it. Well, did we choose? I want to explore the other option now. Is it going to be the same? Because I feel like I have chosen the correct option. Or is this going to be a twist where she killed us instantly? I want to explore. I'll absolutely not forget. Apparently, I dozed off for a bit. Good morning. Are you awake? Mechan, you must be tired. But don't worry, you won't have to feel that tired anymore. Sensei's gentle voice was tinged with a bit of eeriness. Gradually, my vision became clearer and clearer. Remember how I told you I teach you something that's not related to studying? When I saw what Sensei was holding in her hand, my face tensed up. The wire-like thing that stretched out from her hand was coiled around my neck. There are so many things I want to teach you, Mechan. What is this? Is she going to kill me? Ugh! The wire wrapped around my neck was gradually tightening. Sensei smirked as I felt my mouth open wide. I'll snatch it all away from you, 'cause I'm a bad girl. The wire tightened around my neck with tremendous force. Barely conscious, I desperately struggled to stop Sensei. Sensei, everything that you loved, I'll snatch it all away from you. However, my resistance was already futile. Eventually, my strength left my arm, and I faded into unconsciousness. Bad end. Hidden truth. Okay, so I think we better not remember what not remember what was back then. Okay, I'm glad that we explored this option. Let's skip a bit. Wow, it looks good and the aroma is elegant and salivating. It's clear even to an amateur like me. This must be absolutely delicious. Sensei, you're awesome, you're even a great cook. She's a beautiful teacher, she's nice, and she's a good cook. Full of talents, she's the best. Hey, try it before it gets cold. It's been a while since I've served anyone, so I'd love to hear what you think. It's very delicious, Sensei. Thanks, I made it on short notice with whatever I had in hand, but I'm glad it's to your liking. Sensei was looking at me happily as I stuffed my face with food. Ah, Sensei doesn't have any dishes in front of her. I'm the only one who's silently eating. Don't you want some too, Sensei? Ah, Sensei is not very hungry, so don't you worry about it. But more than that, I'm delighted just watching Machan eat with a satisfied look on his face. Machan, I love you. Whoa. My chopsticks fell out of my hand from the impact of that sudden confession. Yeah, I'm sure that was a hallucination. It's too shocking to be a 3D. Well, it's not like she's a two-dimensional girl. Only 2D girls would say something like that. I love you, Machan. Did you hear me, or are you just ignoring me? She said it again? This person, she actually said it again. You didn't have to say it twice. Ah, Sensei, it's too much for my poor virgin heart. You must be surprised, weren't you? You're so honest with your feelings, it's weird. I was more cool and reserved in the past, but now I can express my feelings to you directly like this. Surprising, isn't it? I'm going to be a teacher. Do you remember that? At that time I was studying very hard and didn't have time for other things. That's how much I've changed. That's how happy I am to see you again. Nostalgic, isn't it? I miss having dinner with you like this. Huh. Have I ever had dinner with you before? I used to play with Saiko Oni-chan at the neighborhood park, but I don't think our families were involved with each other. No, it might just be me. I'm sure I've just forgotten. They say that people forget some memories as they get older. As I was treated so to a delicious meal, Sensei and I had a great time talking about the past. The time spent with the Sensei passes by in a blink of the eye. As it's getting late, it's finally time to call it a day. The sky was completely dark and it was no longer the time for children to go out. She couldn't let me walk by myself at night, so Sensei drove me to a place very close to my house. Well, be careful and don't oversleep tomorrow, because I'd be sad if it was Sensei's fault. Yeah, I'm just kidding. See you again tomorrow, Machan. Sensei smiles mischievously, as if teasing me. Hey, Mei-chan, do you want to come to Sensei's house tomorrow too? Of course I'll come, I replied. I answered immediately. I had fun and I wanted to see her again. I felt sad when I had to go. It wasn't just me. She also looked a bit sad when we parted. It's only a brief separation, but we are already acting like a couple who can't bear to be apart even for a second. Year 2000 something. April something something. In some city, some prefecture, the body of an unidentified woman was found. According to the police, the body's age is unknown. Its height is 165 centimeters. No belongings were found on the body, and it was completely naked. Although the corpse was identified as a woman from her physical appearance, her body was damaged beyond recognition. Her head had been cut off and taken away, and her breasts and lower abdomen had been gouged out of her torso. The police are currently investigating the identity of the body and the cause of death, suspecting it to be a homicide. Under the deep blue starry sky, a woman illuminated by the twinkling stars was talking with a girl. How unusual. I thought you weren't coming today. Look, what a beautiful moon. Don't you think it's a perfect night for us to have a secret talk? I guess so. I can't tell what's on your mind if you don't say anything. Isn't there anything you will want to talk about? Why, how can you tell? Is my face that easy to read? Yes, indeed. Don't make light of adults who've lived longer than you know? Well, I suppose you're right. There is someone I hate so much I want to kill them. You certainly picked a very dangerous topic. I was just jealous at first, that person. I respected them. They encouraged me when I was down and supported me when I wanted to do something. But strangely enough, I wasn't happy about it, and inwardly I began to suspect that they were making fun of me. And then? I don't even want to look at their face anymore. As I went further and further down in despair, that person continued to climb up in life. The more achievements I got, the more miserable I became. And so you wanted to kill them. Yes. It's not fair. Even though we started from the same place, only they got anything, I couldn't get any results at all. I wanted to be happy too. I wanted to be born and raised in a favorable environment and loving family like them. It's not that simple. Wishing for someone else's misfortune doesn't make you happy, you know. I know that. Don't you understand how foolish it is to try to drag others down by wishing misery on them? Did you really think that person wasn't trying hard as well? There are no shortcuts to glory, and sometimes it doesn't just work out. Anyone who's successful has gotten there by putting in no small amount of effort. But I'm trying my best too. I'm sorry, but there is no guarantee in life that your efforts will be rewarded. In order to not put that effort to waste, you must change your approach. Do not frown upon your fate and stop turning away from it. If you do, the one who will be empty-handed is you. But that's... no one was there to teach me. That person only lended their full support to me, but no advice. They told me everything I was doing was right, so... By the time you realized, you'd already come to a point where there was no turning back, right? You're so obsessed with them. Do you like that person? No, I don't. I hate them. I really hate it. If that's the case, then those feelings of yours must be a lie too, right? Your feelings of jealousy toward that person too. Your wishes to be happy too. What you really wish for is a brutal demise that will be engraved into memory. Well, that was kind of heavy. After class, I waited in the classroom for Psycho-sensei to arrive. I was thinking so much about yesterday that class seemed to fly by. Soon, I'm going to have dinner at Sensei's house. I'm so excited to be able to enjoy Sensei's homemade food again. It's nice to have something to look forward to at the end of the day. By the way, yesterday's dishes were really creative and delicious. Sensei, I can't wait for you to come soon enough. Reading my light novel is a good way to kill time. No matter how long the wait, I've got enough reading material to wait it out. This reality is a fiction, so if I destroy it and become God, it won't take me long to change the whole world. Why? Ichigo Aulaitan, you're such a scary girl. Even if you have to kill someone to get to the person you love, is this so-called true love? Nagisa-tan is really cute though. Yo, Metero, what's up? Oh, he's reading something weird again, how creepy. While I was reading my light novel, Yukimaru and Nana approached me. Dang. I was so engrossed in reading that I didn't even notice them coming up to me. Hey Metero, you're not busy today, right? Are you coming to the arcade with us? Yukimaru invites me to play in his usual manner, but unfortunately, I've already made arrangements to go to Sensei's house. Hey, you're going too, right? We haven't played together in a while, you should hang out with us a bit. I would go out with people like you. Oh, that is mean. Let's not even explore this option. We are very nice. Sorry, today is a little busy, you know. Busy. Why, you can't go? What's the matter? Isn't that fine? If anything, it's convenient, I think. Nana was in a bad mood, but this is also perfectly normal of her. I know Nana is fond of Yukimaru, so my presence would only be a hindrance. Sheesh, no need to be so roundabout about it. Just hook up already. You guys, just hook up already. I'm happy enough to be alone with Yukimaru. It doesn't matter if that guy's here or not. Oh, how nice of you, Nana-chan. Then let's go play together. I don't want him around. He can rot in hell for all I care. Well, that is rude. Yukimaru? Sorry, why don't you go on ahead without me? Nana nodded curtly and walked out of the classroom. Haha, Metero, you... Yukimaru chuckles and whispers in my ear. You found yourself a girlfriend, didn't you? Eh? Who do you think I am? You can't hide it from me. I'm the biggest womanizer in the school. No, I don't care if you say that so proudly. It's a disgraceful title, no matter how you look at it. The relationship between Sensei and I, we're not exactly a couple, but indeed, Yukimaru, you're more or less on the money. So spit it out, who's like a girl? I promise I won't tell Nana, so tell me. I wasn't sure if I should tell the truth, but I've known this guy a long time. No way I'm going to tell it Nana, but it would be strange to hide it from Yukimaru. So I decided to tell him the whole story. I came to visit Sensei's house again, and I was treated to another delicious meal. I've told Yukimaru everything, so I don't feel particularly guilty about my relationship with Sensei right now. From an outsider's viewpoint, they might see it as a forbidden love between a student and a teacher. But it's different, we've always known each other. There is no way I can see Saiko Nichan as a stranger now. Love. Yeah, this is probably love, I guess. I know I've been looking at her in a sexual way, but that's normal for a healthy high school boy, right? By the way, Sensei's house is so cozy. Even in this humid summer, once I'm inside, the air-conditioned room is so refreshing. Hey Mei-chan, thanks for waiting. What you doing? I showed Sensei the cover of my light novel. Oof, for that again. You really like it, don't you? It's kind of comforting to have Mei-chan reading a book next to me. You can stay here forever. Sounds good? It's not that I want you to do anything in particular. It's just that it makes me feel safe to be around you. So thank you, Mei-chan. Sensei smiled serenely at me. I hope I pronounced it correctly, serenely. It's not just me, it seemed she also enjoyed her time with me. I feel much more at ease here than at home, a special place for the two of us where time flows slowly. Speaking of which, I've been thinking about it ever since I came to Sensei's house, but something smells sweet. I looked at the corner of the room and noticed a small plant with a blue flower in it. Oh, so this was the source of the scent. I didn't notice it at all when I was here before. Are you interested? It's a flower called rosemary. It smells good, doesn't it? A friend gave it to me before I moved here. You have harvested the leaves and dried them as herbs to add to your cooking. You can also dry the flowers to make potpourri. In Europe, they call it the rejuvenating herb because it makes the skin beautiful. Nice, isn't it? I really wish I could be young again. I'm about to turn a corner in my life. I better watch out for my skin. Apparently, it's a flower called rosemary. I'd better remember that name. Okay, I will remember. Oh, it's already too late. So late. Sensei looked at the clock and said in a lonely voice. It was already past 10 p.m. Generally speaking, I would be in trouble if I still hadn't come home by this hour. If I could, I'd stay here forever because I enjoy spending time with Sensei, and it makes me feel at ease. How about this? Hey, why don't you stay the night? You have a day off school tomorrow, so why not leisurely spend some time together? Oh, the sleepover event flag has been raised. Hold on a second. I can't keep my head on straight. I'm in complete disarray. Hey, how about it? Just for today. Sensei still wants to talk with Mei-chan a lot more. Yes, with pleasure, Sensei. You say I do. Yay, thanks, Mei-chan. Well then, let's enjoy ourselves a lot tonight. Enjoy ourselves. What exactly do you mean by that? My heart is thumping faster and faster in my chest. As if to tease me, Sensei held out her arms as if waiting for me. Come on, Mei-chan, just jump in here and I'll give you a big hug. I couldn't resist, so I plunged into her ample bosom. Sensei's arms clung me tightly, and I couldn't move. Ah, amazing. She smells so good after a bath. Unable to go against the flow, I nuzzled my face into the spacious cleavage. Having a good time, right? Aha, what a place to relax in. Her breasts so soft, warm, and smells so good. I couldn't get enough of that nice smell, so I took in deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Stop it, it tickles. Your breath is hot, Mechan. You are still hungry for more? Got it. Oni-chan will give you head pets, okay? I don't know what this means. I hope it's nothing too perverted. There, Mechan, a good boy. Oh, she patted me on the head. I see. I thought it was some kind of euphemism. Thankfully, no. Just pat it on the head. I'm a good boy. Sensei patted my hair like she was scratching a dog's head. I remember we used to do this often. I'm enveloped in warmth and a comforting voice. If I let my guard down, I'm going to fall asleep at this rate. You know, I went through a lot of difficult times before I came back here. I was sad and cried every day until I met Mechan. But then, when I saw Mechan's face, all that pain disappeared. I'm sorry, this isn't any of your business. Psycho Oni-chan suddenly seemed to weak and vulnerable, so weak and vulnerable. Gently stroked Psycho Oni-chan's head, just as she had done earlier. Are you worried about me? Thanks, Mechan. Some time passed as we stared at each other in silence. Mechan, let's kiss. You know, Sensei wanted to do this with Mechan after coming back here. Sensei's face got closer and closer. Will you comfort me? Sensei's lips came. Okay, we can refuse or accept the kiss. So let's choose one, and if the music stops, this is the right choice. I guess that in this situation we should refuse the kiss, so it all goes badly. I refused. No, get a grip on yourself, Metaro. Oh, okay, I think this is... Okay, let's... a bit more. No matter how much we've known each other since we were kids and have feelings for each other, an illicit relationship between a teacher and a student won't be forgiven. So I rejected Sensei's lips. Mechan. So, we can't? Why not? It's because you don't like me? Sensei slumped her shoulders in disappointment. That has to be it. It's cause you don't like me, right? No, I didn't mean... It's okay. You don't have to be so uptight. I'd feel better if you made it clear that you didn't want to do it. Sensei? As I thought, I'm not suitable. I'm not good enough. Sensei had a serious expression and was muttering something in a soft voice. I knew one day I would regret this. I was right. I should never have had any hope from the start. I've been thinking about this for a while now, but something smells funny. It kinda smells like gas. My god, Sensei, you opened the gas valve? It's such a lonely thing to die alone, my dear sweet Mechan. Won't you die with me? I guess so. Bad end. Taking you with me. Oh well. Oh well. Who would have thought refusing a kiss would lead to such dread consequences? Okay, let's not refuse the kiss. Let's accept the kiss. I accepted the kiss. Mechan. Closing my eyes, my very soul is filled with a sweet aroma. I love you. Saiko. Sensei. No. Saiko. Oni-chan. I don't care which one it is anymore. Whether she is my teacher or not. Or whether she was my beloved older sister. Right now I can only see her as just a woman. I lost my virginity that night. Ooh. A boy has become a man. The memories of my childhood are somewhat vague. It's all a blur, something that fades with the passage of time. What kind of kid was I? I think I was quite naughty and I always used to make my mother angry. That's about all I can remember. But there is something I can remember quite clearly. I remember that in elementary school I was good friends with an older girl that I used to play with her a lot. No family relationship, just a girl from the same neighborhood. Even so, she was a very important person. But she had to leave the city one day. I don't know if that's because of changing schools or something else. The only thing she told me was that she wanted to be a teacher. The name was Saiko. The last night we spent together was the day of the festival. The midsummer sky was in full bloom, with a loud band, fireworks like petals scattered in the night sky. Hey, do you remember? Mechan. I was on my way home from school when I found an abandoned puppy. You said you were going to keep him, so I brought him home, and your mom got mad at you for it. Or something like that did happen. I've always had a weakness for cute, weak little things. If a puppy stares at me with eyes like that, I just couldn't leave it alone, can I? What happened to that puppy in the end? I don't know. I went over to check it out, but the next day, all I saw was a box and it was gone. I wonder, did someone pick it up? If it got picked up, I hope its new owner is someone nice. Indeed. Both ourselves and the puppy, we don't get to choose our parents or our owners. Hey, I wonder why the puppy's original owner did this. It's the same as killing it. I wonder if they throw away human children too. They're living beings all the same. I guess it's because I think taking care of it was become too troublesome. I wonder. I don't want to think that people could be so quick to abandon a life. Maybe they just wanted to forget it all, go somewhere, anywhere else. Feels like some lessons of good morality, these intermissions. It's morning. When I opened my eyes, spread out before me was a pearly white skin tone. Huh? Oh, the naked body of a woman without so much as a shred of clothing is in front of me. Good morning, Mechan. Did you sleep well? Ah, that's right. Right? I stayed over at Sensei's, didn't I? Then I got into bed with Sensei and finally lost my virginity. Congratulations. Oh my god, I'm... Just remembering it makes me feel hot between my legs. What, are you remembering last night's events? Mechan, you're so cute. You were so manly last night, Machen. You're wonderful. Yeah, I'm a man. With a blush on her cheeks, the teacher twirls her finger on my back. Hey, why don't we go? One more time before we go to school? We've still got time. Sensei's sweet temptation makes my head woozy. Of course I want to do it. Yes, I really do. But if I did that, I'd definitely be late for school. I thought there is no school today. This is why you stayed over. If the teaching assistant and myself, a student, were to arrive late to school together, people might gossip about us. Okay then, we have another sleepover, yeah? What? In other words, I'm invited to stay over again? I think it's not too much to say that Sensei and I already like lovers or even like fiancés who moved in together. I feel so fulfilled in life. And even without doing anything, I'm just so brilliant she can appreciate me. It's so hard to imagine that just a few days ago I was still living the otaku life. Yeah, coming from 2D to 3D in just a moment, just a flash. It's much better to be lovey-dovey with Sensei than wasting time in my room reading light novels. Oh, by the way, I hadn't called my mom to let her know that I was staying at Sensei's house these 2 times. I checked my phone and saw that I had received calls not only from my mom, but also from Yukimaru and Nano for some reason. Well, I guess I'll just leave it for later. Sensei and I made small talk to the low rumble of the car's engine. Oh, that is so beautiful, like this painting on the background. Yeah. Just the style and atmosphere and little details, like they're still like muddy details, but they are there. I really like it. Don't you think? Yeah, you probably like it too. Come to think of it, last night I had a dream about our past. It was a nostalgic, warm dream. Sensei was talking about her dreams for the future. It was a magical night, filled with the echoes of firework, the light reflecting off Sensei's glasses. I excitedly told my teacher about my dream. Where are her glasses, by the way? Fireworks? Sensei stared blankly ahead. I didn't see any fireworks. Yeah, that happened, didn't it? I felt a little out of sync with Sensei, especially when her eyes narrowed down a bit. I thought the events of that day were an important memory of us. Maybe for Sensei it wasn't such a big deal. They were beautiful, weren't they? The fireworks, says Sensei, with her brows like a little bit nodding down. That special night when Sensei talked to me about her dreams for the future. Let's go see them again, shall we? Wait, huh? Glasses? Yeah, glasses. I also noticed no glasses on her, no glasses. Okay, let's continue. Sensei, what happened to your glasses? You're not wearing glasses. Oh, but maybe she's wearing contact lenses now, right? Right? Maybe, yeah. Probably that must be it. Yeah. And that unidentified woman had nothing to do with this case. Really? Yes. Even a lot of students wear them these days. I didn't see you take off your contact lenses or put them on, though. Yeah, well, maybe she did it when you didn't see it, like in the bathroom. It's so obvious. I'm sure she did it when I wasn't looking. Yes, yes. Yeah, I know. It's probably when taking her, or taking her off her I'm sorry, I can't read this sentence. When she was doing something in the bathroom, I think, yeah. Does eyesight ever recover, or does it stay bad forever? Well, if you do a laser correction, it will become a lot better, like 100%. Maybe she did that. Yeah, probably, yeah. I've heard of a surgery called LASIK that can restore eyesight. Yeah, LASIK. By the way, I myself did a LASIK and I see great. Can recommend. But I thought I heard that the success rate was very low. It's not true, by the way. There are several methods, and they're kind of cheaper ones and more expensive ones, and the only way they differ is in how long you have to recover from it. Like mine was about half a year or so, and I had like perfect eyesight without any need to take care to drop like droplets, eye droplets, and all that stuff, like half a year or so. Yeah, so I can recommend if you have a bad eyesight, yeah, you can consider. It costs a bit of money, but not too much, not too much. As I thought about these things, my head spun round and round. Let's not think about this too much. What the hell were thinking? As soon as I entered the classroom, Yukimaru yelled at me in an unusually irritated manner. You'll cause a scene if you yell this loudly. However, it's still early in the morning, so it's just me, Yukimaru, and Nana right now. You didn't come home yesterday, you didn't contact anyone, and your phone's battery was dead. Do you know what a big ruckus you caused? Nana, myself, and your mother were out together looking for you. Oh man. Why couldn't you at least call me? What the hell do you think you're doing? Don't you know there has been a lot of crazy stuff going on lately? Didn't you hear rumors of a serial killer on the loose? With all that going on, if your son didn't come home without calling you, how would you feel? Think about your mother's feelings a little bit. Ah, so that's the story. Because I didn't call my mom, they thought I might have been involved in an incident and were searching for me. It's not really any of your business, though. Why do I have to call my parents every time I want to stay over? Yeah, I'm a man now, like a grown-up man. Yeah. Hey, are you listening? We're doing this for your sake, you know? Yukimaru is unusually harsh. Sheesh, this isn't like you at all. Nana was silently standing next to him. When her eyes met mine, I could feel her peace and glare. I see. So that's how it is. That mother of mine put them up for this. Don't just stand there. Say something, damn it. Ugh. Yukimaru's clenched fist slams into my cheek. No, stop it, Yukimaru. That doesn't solve anything. Shut up, Nana. Stay out of this. I'm talking to this guy. Hey, what are you getting all worked up for? Chill out. Not slackening at all, Yukimaru forcefully grabbed me by the chest. It doesn't look like he has any intention to stop. Then I guess I have no choice. It is interesting. This red choice does not involve Psycho directly. At least not that we know about it. Okay, so let's let's respond to aggression with aggression and shut the hell up. Yes, this is how we respond. I let my emotions get the better of me and punched Yukimaru in the face as hard as I could. Damn it, it's on now. I may be skinny and I may not have any muscles, but I'm still a man. Yeah, a man's got to do what he's got to do. No, stop it, both of you, stop it now. What the hell do you guys know? You don't know anything, do you? This is my problem, and it's none of your business. I raised my fist in the air to give him another sock to the noggin. I caught Yukimaru by surprise and he was blown backwards. The orderly rows of desks collapsed with a great rattle. Yukimaru was hung on the collapsed desks as if on a drying rack and stopped moving. Yukimaru? In a panic, Nana rushed over. No way, right? It's a lie. Hey, answer me, Yukimaru. Oh! Nana had been cut off mid-sentence, and she too fell down on top of Yukimaru. Wonder who might it be? Blood trickled down her head. What the hell is this? What happened? How did this happen? I turned around and looked behind me. You've really done it now, Mei-chan. Sensei coolly lifted a chair with both hands. Fresh blood dripped from the leg of the chair. Saiko-sensei, did this to Nana? Don't worry, Sensei will help you. There is nothing to worry about. Come on, let's clean this up before someone sees us. Horrifying words came out of Sensei's mouth. I did as Sensei instructed and carried their bodies inside the car. Oh man, this is the happy part. I thought it would be a bad end. My body was trembling with fear, but I had to obey. All this is because of what I've done. Sensei drove us deep into the mountains. It was still bright outside. Probably classes haven't started yet. Sensei tore off their clothes and threw their phones and other personal belongings into a sack. Take off all their clothes. Make sure that none of their belongings remain. I'll burn them later. Oh, that's a new look. It's a little bit pixelated, like a little pixel art stuff, right? But yeah, it's still beautiful. I like this shot very much. Sensei then proceeded to destroy any traces of evidence. She lifted up a nearby rock and swung it as hard as she could at Nana's face. Smash the face in like this, so there is no trace left, and no one will know who it belonged to. Well, actually, you have to also remove all the teeth, because a human can be uniquely identified by their dental record. That way, it's harder for them to identify the corpse. Why does she know that? How could she act like she was used to it? I got a little afraid and trembled at the sight of Sensei's figure. What? Are you just going to stand there and watch? You're going to help too. Yeah, even if you say that. I'm frozen in fear when I think of the horrible things I'm about to do. Don't be naive. We killed them, no? So show some responsibility and see it through to the end. Sensei looked at me with sharp eyes, completely different from the gentle Sensei I knew. Oh man, it's a second choice. Okay. So, let's keep this, and let's load the old one. And now we do not answer with aggression, right? Enough. leave me alone. It would be foolish to fight back. It's probably best to just leave this guy alone. Hey, what's all the fuss about? Hearing the commotion, Saika came into the classroom. Sensei? So I take it you guys were having a fight? My, what a terrible bruise. Sheesh, such naughty boys. Metaro-kun, Yukimaru-kun, later, come to my office. I'll have a talk with each of you, one at a time. I thought this was a homeroom teacher's job, not the assistant's. Both of you, this isn't a request, this is an order. If you don't come, I'll speak to your homeroom teacher to make sure you'll get a penalty. Oof, as a teaching assistant, this seems like a good learning experience for me. Were you fighting for my sake, the two of you? Thanks. Oh, and Nana-san, were you involved as well? But I didn't do anything. Yes, I can see that. But you are watching, right? I need you to tell me exactly what happened. Well then, I'll see you later, all three of you. Damn it, Psycho-sensei. We came at a bad time. As Sensei walked out of the classroom, Yukimaru clacked his tongue. Cut it out already. Damn it. Why me? Now don't get all coy with me, Nana-san. Can you tell me what's going on? I've got nothing to say in particular. Ara, Nana-san, it's okay. You can leave soon. But if we leave it like this, I won't be able to get to the truth of what happened, you know? Oh, okay, I'll talk. I don't really have any reason to refuse you. Thank you for your understanding. Metaro didn't come home on Saturday, and because he didn't call his parents and they couldn't get in touch with him, all hell broke loose. That's why Yukimaru and I went with his mother to look for him. Recently there are incidents with headless corpses, you know. There is a rumor that a serial killer is walking around. You know, right, Sensei? That must have been hard for you. No wonder you're worried. So, when you came to school this morning, he was already in your classroom, right? Yeah. Can I go now? Yes, thanks a lot. You've been very helpful. After their conversation, Nana quickly stood up from her seat. Ah, that's right, Nana-san. There is one more thing I need to ask you. Where is Nana? Yo, Psycho-sensei. Hello, Yukimaru-kun. I believe this is the first time we've spoken in private. Oh, so you heard the details from Nana, right? Yeah, I heard. It must have been rough. Metaro, what does that guy think parents are? It infuriates me. You know, he lost his father quite early on, so his mother is a single parent. So she raised him like all by herself, and he doesn't know how tough that is. Children don't always know what their parents are going through, and it's not until they're older that they realize it. But that doesn't mean he can't tell right from wrong. He's already a high school student, you know. Oof, Yukimaru-kun, you are so mature. You're making me blush. It's been dangerous recently. It's not safe for a kid to be out alone at night, so I'm sure his mother must have been very worried. Yeah, so I was super worried too. Yes, you're right, Yukimaru-kun. You are a very kind person. Don't play dumb, Sensei. What do you mean, Yukimaru-kun? You can't hide it from me. I know all about it. You thought no one noticed? Sorry for trying to trick you. Ara, so that was it? Well then, have fun! Yukimaru left the room, and I entered in his place. Okay, so Nana did come out, and Yukimaru also left the room. There were witnesses of this, at least I was a witness. Okay. I wonder how the talk went. I can't read anything from his expression. I sat down across from Sensei. Well then, now it's Machan's turn. And by the way, I have just noticed that her lips were moving. Was it all the time? Usually 2D girls don't move their lips in these games. Why did you do that, Machan? You shouldn't have hit someone, you understand? I'll never get mad at you, so you can always confide in Sensei. I might be able to help you, Machan. Can I come today too? Oof, thanks. I appreciate the sentiment, but... I'm sorry. I've got something I have to do tonight. So, why don't we have dinner some other time? I'll be sure to make some time for you. What the heck? Normally, Sensei would ask me out herself, but for some reason I was turned down. I headed home feeling depressed. When I get home, I'll probably get scolded by my mom. What a pain. And there is nothing interesting at home anyway, is there? I'll just hole up in my room and read the rest of my light novels. I mean, what else can I do? Speaking of which, what was Sensei up to? I'm sure the training assistants have a huge pile of homework to go through. Even now she must be working so hard to make her dream of becoming a teacher come true. It seems I can't do anything to support her. Sensei, until your dream comes true, wouldn't it be better for me to stay by your side? It's a memory from the distant past. There was a field of sunflowers near my house. When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. I want to teach lots of stuff to lots of kids. Teaching isn't just about studying and lessons, it's also about how to think and how to live. It's not easy. When people lose their way, I hope I could help them find their way again. Those kids who are good at studying and those who aren't. I want to protect everyone. I want to save everyone. The sunlight reflects off Oni-chan's glasses. How was it? It must be silly, right? A kid like me spouting off all these grand ideals. I don't even know if I can make this happen. Humans are so tiny and they die so quickly. There may come a day when no matter how hard you work to achieve something, it will be for nothing. So sometimes I ask myself what it is that I'm even doing. Psycho Oni-chan took out a large cube from her pocket. What's this? I tilted my head curiously at Psycho Oni-chan as Psycho Oni-chan giggled and smiled. Did you know? The top and bottom sides of a die always add up to 7. Yeah, we've heard it for the third time, I think. You know, a long time ago in some faraway country, 2 prisoners on death row were making a bet for a chance to escape. You roll the dice and whoever gets the biggest roll wins. The loser becomes a bait to let the winner escape. One was an ordinary single man, the other was a father with a wife and child waiting at home. Which one do you think should win, Machan? It was a difficult question for me as a child. How did I answer back then? As a mere human, I think it would be arrogant to pick a side. Why did humans become so proud as to be able to put a value on life? Actually, there is no continuation to that story. Maybe in the future it might be made. She was like no other person. It is my favorite part so far. Under the deep blue starry sky, illuminated by twinkling stars, was a girl, talking with another girl. You come here again. You haven't learned your lesson, I see. What? The way you say that? Do you hate me or something? No, I had no ill will, because I'm not one to judge anyone based on their intentions alone. Just like you. What do you mean? I meant what I meant. I'm just killing time here. I didn't want to see anyone, so I came here at this hour. Then you must forgive me since I'm here. Seems so. Well, you're making fun of me? You're so cheeky like a kid. Ayumi-san, I also feel jealous of you. Oh, it's a daffodil. It's a girl from the prequel, Menhira Flesia. I don't mind. I get that a lot. I can't go on like this. I have to find someone to look down on to me. I have to find someone to look down on to make myself feel better. Pitiful girl. How cruel. I wish you'd think of a nicer way to put that. But still you persistently come to this place. Why? You're not here just to see me, are you? Because it seems like you hate me. Is it because you want me to affirm your actions? Because if you got a pat on the back from cold, cruel me, it will make you feel better about yourself, right? That wasn't my intention. I'm not going to comfort you. I am, unfortunately, not the kind of person that you seem to think I am. You and that person, I want to curse you both. You poor thing. You're so full of doubt that you can't trust anyone, can you? Go ahead and try it. Curse me to death. I don't care who, but if anyone tries to look down on me, I'll drag them down to this same hell as me. If I'm the only one who's going to be ruined, then it's better for everyone to be unhappy. That being the case, then I guess there is no point in furthering this conversation. All the words I've said to you were not able to reach your ears. I suppose you'll find out. And you'll regret it. The misfortune you wish on someone else will become the very same misfortune that befalls you. Uh-oh. It's been a while since then. Sensei and I became more and more intimately involved. They were fulfilling days like I've never experienced before. I've put my childish days behind me. Sexual desire, pleasures of the flesh. I'm in the world of adults now. Ever since that day, Yukimaru and Nana stopped coming to school. I guess I got scared of angering Sensei or something. What? They stopped coming to school and you didn't do anything to find out? Okay. But I didn't care about that. Who cares? Who freaking cares? I don't need anything but Sensei. Other than our mutual love, nothing else matters. I have a date with Sensei today. The same as that night, a festival night. How many such festival nights have we spent together since then? Sensei is beautiful as she ever was. Having enjoyed the festival, we sat down on a bench to rest. What's been bothering you, Mei-chan? You've been a little down lately. What's troubling you? Is it something you can't even tell me about? Maybe you'll feel a little better after you talk to me. I'll listen to anything you have to say, I'm a proper teacher after all, eh? Oh, I see. It's about Yukimaru-kun and Nana-san, right? Mei-chan, you had a flashy fight with Yukimaru back then, didn't you? I was worried too, so I paid a visit to their places, and both of them seemed fine to me. Look, here, take a look at this. Sensei smiled happily and took out a colorful tortoise shell candy from the plastic bag dangling under her arm. I bought some souvenirs at the stall just now. I'm sure those two will love them. Sensei is so kind. Why did those two even come to mind at a time like this? I came all this way to have a date with Sensei. Sensei is too kind to everyone. Yeah, she like even bought souvenirs even before she knew I was thinking about them. Very kind. Better to just leave those guys alone. Sensei and I embraced each other while naked on the bed of the Love Hotel. I feel like I'm being consumed by sex ever since I got together with Sensei. I wonder if this is what an adult relationship looks like. Every time we embrace each other, my head feels like it's about to boil. Come to be together with me. I'll definitely make you happy. My heart starts to feel fuzzy from our shared body heat. Hey, Mei-chan, do you like Sensei? Obviously, I'm your #1 fan. I see, that's good. What part of me do you like? If you don't know, it will make me quite nervous. Because no matter how much you love me right now, Sensei puts her hand on my cheek. If you knew the real me, you'd hate me. A bad feeling wells up inside me. I had a hunch. This person was... You are not psycho, are you? Yes. Since when have you been aware of this? Sensei moved her mouth strangely, as though half joking. I want you to tell me it's not true. I wanted it to be a lie. How good it would have been if this was a lie. I've been pretending to be psycho, but I'm not psycho. I'm a different person. Someone else. Stop it. Don't give me that look. Tell me you're lying, Sensei. But now I'm living as psycho, so I accepted the position of teacher in her stead. I won't believe it. I can't believe it. That's ridiculous. It's true. I've erased Psycho and put myself in her place. I wanted to be like Psycho. I wanted to be reborn and live Psycho's life. I want you to marry me so that I can truly become Psycho. To become so much like the genuine article that even she'd have to admit defeat. Psycho's life has always been perfect. She's pretty, capable, rich. and even had a cute lover like you. So this is the girl from the dreams and the starry sky who hated that one person. Okay. We are connecting the dots. I put in a lot of blood, sweat and tears to emulate that woman's perfection, you know. Although it was a short time, I was so fulfilled and happy. Foo. Don't make such a face, it's hard on me too. I truly love you from the bottom of my heart, Machan. This feeling isn't a lie. Sensei is a bad person. There are a lot of faces of Sensei that you haven't seen, and there are lots of terrible things I've done that can't be spoken about. Even so, will you still think upon me fondly? Okay, save. So we will save on this one. I remember that we still have this. We'll save right on the second one to not erase our alternative route. I love you, Sensei. This is a good happy end, I believe. Sensei, we can't stay together anymore. Let's go the second one. We can't stay together anymore. I couldn't answer Sensei's feelings. There was no way. I mean, he killed the person I loved. He pretended to be them to get close to me. It's okay. I understand. Machan, I know I did something unforgivable. Tomorrow, I'll go to police to atone for my sins. Not that they will forgive me. So, I have one last favor to ask of you, Machan. Can you at least stay with me like this until tomorrow morning? Unsure of what to do, I nodded and gently took her hand in mine. This is the end. This is the last time I will go out with Sensei. And this is the last time we will spend together with each other. I get a little sad when I think about it. When I think back on the time we spent together, my heart aches. Is Sensei asleep already? A single tear fell from her closed eyes. Starting tomorrow, I won't be able to hold Sensei's hand or touch her body, nor will I be able to hear her voice. We won't see each other, probably never again, forever. When morning comes, the two of us will... Ding dong! From somewhere, I hear a station chime. Ah, this love hotel was close to the subway station, wasn't it? Is it morning already? At last morning has come. Sensei wasn't by my side. Did she wake up already? No, did she leave already? You won't even say goodbye to me? Why? I can't let you go without at least a final farewell. When I listened carefully, the sound of dripping water seemed to be coming from the bathroom. Then, hey, I had a very bad feeling about this. Oh no, I'm having a bad feeling too. I rushed to the bathroom. Sensei! I forcefully opened the bathroom door. Please, just be taking a shower. Welcome to the world of censored. It's good that it's censored, let's not even gaze. Do I need... Oh no. The second roll. Oh, this is the true end. Oh, this is rather show. Interesting. We didn't see this scene before. Okay, so this is translated, and as we know from the previous part, this is the true ending without any twists. So that was the twist that this is a girl not from our childhood, but someone who like really much hated Psycho, that girl from our childhood, and in the end she killed her and replaced her. Yeah, it was interesting. Let's see the credits and then we will take alternative routes. Psycho. It wasn't until I got to college that I met her. She also wanted to be a teacher, just like me. She was both my first rival and friend I had in my whole life. The woman called Psycho was truly perfect. Hasane, let's work hard together. We'll definitely become teachers together. She had a keen mind, a great personality, and was loved by everyone. Hasane, if you ever have any problems, be sure to talk to me. I'll definitely help you. She was good with words too, and never got tired of being with me. Hasane, if you're ever in trouble, I'll always reach out my hand to you. She had good grades, a promising future, and she was just perfect in every way. I love you, Kasane. Let's be together forever. She was so close to me that I was always comparing myself to her. That's why I always felt a sense of inferiority. She had a boy she loved back in her hometown. She had promised him she would come back as a teacher to teach him properly. She often told me stories about those old times. Kasane? Every time I heard her tell one of those stories, I knew she had been blessed from birth. She was dearly loved by those around her when she was grown up. Psycho, you don't understand at all how I feel. She's had it all since she was born. In comparison, I was born into a poor family and lived a miserable life in a pigsty-like house. I grew up despised by my parents, with no one to support or encourage me. That's how I lived my life, and by the time I grew up, I didn't have a single ounce of confidence. I didn't want to die, but I didn't know if I wanted to live either. But I had started to have stupid thoughts. If I could die, I should get it over with quickly. I'm an ordinary person. I'm not unique in any way. I'm not better than anyone else. Completely average. No, below average might be a better way to put it. I might be a person with no merit or worth. Yes, I don't understand. At that moment she was staring right into my eyes, a serious expression on her face. Whether I understand or not, isn't that important. I don't think that's such a big problem. You've always said things that I didn't understand. What's important is that I care about you, and my heart truly desires to help you. You've noticed the inferiority complex I have, haven't you? You knew all about it anyway, didn't you? And that there was just a little part of me that wanted to kill you. Deep in my heart, I've always wished for your ruin. I don't want to see Kasane's pained face anymore. You've been through a lot, haven't you? Because you look down on me like that. At some point, I gave up on the idea of becoming a teacher. No matter what I did, I was always second to her. It was always her who stood out. I was the one who stood under her shade, unnoticed. I didn't set out to be a teacher, just to be miserable like this. What are you talking about? You said we were going to be teachers together. Why suddenly? If it's your dream, why don't you chase it by yourself? I'm getting off this stage. Kasane, leave me alone. After I parted with her and quit school, I debuted in nightlife work. At first, all I wanted was to make money I needed to survive. Still, I was satisfied because I made enough money just using my body. I received words of gratitude and large sums of money from men. It's against public opinion, but somehow it makes me feel like I've done something productive. Even though I'm like this, even though I'm doing this, I'm making someone somewhere smile, and they need me. Woohoo, how funny. What a wonderful line of work. I even thought that maybe this is my calling. Maybe finding my words was easier than I thought. It's so comforting to have someone who affirms you. Kasane, while looking at my fallen self, she said, if this is just to satisfy your need for approval, you'd better wash yourself off quickly. Are you okay with this, Kasane? Or do you think you can just spend the rest of your life here like this? I hadn't thought about it, because I don't want to leave. Come back quickly, please, Kasane, before it's too late. She held my hand as if in prayer. Or is it too late for that? What do you mean? Kasane. Oh, ha 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 ha! What the hell are you talking about? Why don't you hear this? I have a baby in here. Is that so? Congratulations. I'm going to become a mother. Isn't that awesome? See, I became an adult faster than you. At last, I beat you. I felt so proud. I've never been able to compete with Psycho in even one area, but now I'm first. First. I was elated, but my hopes were prematurely dashed. Along with blood. Oh my god. My god. Is this how the story goes and we have to witness it? Oh my god. Along with blood, something precious to me flowed away. It was so sudden. I didn't know what was going on. But just that was enough to break my heart. I cried and cried over the loss of my child. I stood on the precipice of death. Psycho returned to her hometown for an educational internship. Everything was going well for her. It's so frustrating, it's so unfair. I'll never recognize you. Kasane, what's the meaning of this? A wire is coiled around Psycho's throat. She showed no sign of fear, with a calm attitude. I'll kill you and go back to your hometown in your place. And then I'm going to steal the man you love. I want that man to give me back my baby that got taken from me. Hehehe. What's so funny? You're an idiot, Kasane. How are you going to replace me? Huh? It's hopeless for you. There is no way you can mimic me. What are you saying? Do you really think you can play my role when you're such a failure in life? What? Psycho is... No. I think this is how Kasane saw Psycho, but this is not what Psycho really did say back then. Let's go with this theory for now. Annoyed by her provocative words, I struck her with my fist. That's right. I'm a failure anyway, so I'm going to take your life and start over. Ugh, ugh. I'm the only one who's unhappy. Don't you think that's too cruel? You think so too, don't you, Psycho? It seems so. Then you're going to have to play my role perfectly, until the day you die. Well, good luck with that. Don't waste your time uttering that crap. Just go freak yourself, Psycho. Ha ha! Why is she laughing? Don't laugh. Yeah, like, why? Ugh. I feel relieved when I see the weak. Ah, how great it is that I'm not like them. I've always wanted to see a face like that. Wounded and battered and miserable and dirty. Shut up! I'm battered and miserable and dirty, and this person seems so happy about it? How can she afford to act like this when she's about to get killed? I'm going to start all over, definitely. A woman of the same age, born on the same planet, with the same dream. We were supposed to be similar, it's just that we were born and raised differently. Uh, uh, where is the difference between us? Why? Why am I the only one who's unhappy? Seeing her happy face makes me want to kill her. It makes me want to mess up that happiness and destroy that make her suffer the same things I did. I've always been jealous of you. I've always hated you. That's all. Eventually she stopped moving. A drop of water fell on her cheek. I realized that the water was spilling from my eyes. I made up my mind. I would live on as an imposter in her place. A happy end. Very happy. Happy impostor. Very happy end. Yes, yes. Thank you for playing. Password ma. Let me write it down quickly. Yeah. Do you like this? I think it's beautiful. Okay, let's explore other paths. So this is where, at the very end, just before she unalive herself, let's accept her love and say, I love you, Sensei. Even if Sensei is an imposter and a criminal, even if she was a vicious murderer, killed Psycho Onichan, even so, with both my arms, I embraced Sensei's body as hard as I can. Me-chan. I'm not letting go of this hand again. I've decided, even if Sensei is an imposter, I don't mind. Thank you for choosing Sensei, because the feelings I have for her are real. A few years later, Me-chan's child, our child, was born safe and sound, and now I'm taking good care of him. He's grown up so fast, he kind of looks like you, Me-chan. He's shown interest in books, with cute girls in them. I wonder if his personality will be just like yours. Thank you, Mei-chan. I'm so grateful to you. Right now, you are a faceless corpse hidden somewhere in the mountains behind this city. By the way, your friends are there with you, in a place that only I know the existence of. Thanks to you, I was able to retrieve something that was precious to me. I always thought once you lost something, you could never get it back, but I was wrong. I guess back then, I had simply given up on my own future. I'm definitely going to be happy. It's okay if I'm not perfect like her. In my own way, I'll become a mother who can protect this warmth. I took my baby's hand and walked away with a smile. Oh yes, perfect mother. Bad end. Memorial service for the aborted fetus. Yeah, that is quite literal. I think maybe in Japanese it sounds a lot better, but in literal translation, it is just awful. Okay, and I did not forget that we have another branch where we accidentally supposedly killed Yukimaru, and then came Psycho and killed Nana as well. And now we are in the process of digging a hole for them to put them in somewhere in the woods. And now let's say that I can't participate in it. I can't do it. Irresponsible man. You're responsible for the lives you take. It's the least we can do, isn't it? Fine then, I'll do it. Just stay there and watch. After telling me off coldly, Sensei picked up a shovel that was stuck nearby. She lifted it up high and swung it down into Yukimaru's face with great force. Poor thing. Oh, Yukimaru-kun, you were such a good friend who was acting hard-headed out of worry for such an irresponsible man. I wonder how he feels now, betrayed by his dear friend. I watched in silence as the teacher covered up the evidence. I watched as Yukimaru and Nana's faces were crushed. I felt like throwing up. I felt like I shouldn't look away, even if I couldn't do it myself, but I couldn't bear looking at it. There is no way I can be okay with that. But you won't forgive me for that, right, Sensei? Suddenly, I felt a shock to my head, and my vision turned red. You are still standing. You are sturdier than I thought. Sensei? Why? Sensei had a shovel in her hand and was about to hit me one more time. I slowly backed away. Sensei, don't do this. Why me? I want to run away, but my legs wouldn't move as I commanded them to. If I let you go, you never know when you might have a slip of the tongue. That makes sense, right? I'm sorry. This is where it ends. I won't say all the time we've spent together was a lie. But it's your fault too, for being so wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? I'm sure she's looking down at you too. As for your body, just leave it to me. Yeah, I'm sure you will take care of it so no one will find it for the next 10 years or so. Bad end. Letting others take care of your dirty laundry. How poetic. Alright, and I think we'll take the very last route. By saying I'll be your accomplice. I lifted up a rock and slammed it as hard as I could into Yukimaru's face. Witnessing a tragedy like this, I'm once again reminded of the gravity of my sins. Every time I swung my arm down, what used to be my friend's face gets smashed and squished and in the end burned to ashes. Sorry. No, I shouldn't think like that. If I felt that way, then that means I wasn't doing it in self-defense. Now I'm an accomplice. Sensei and I have become demons. After the whole cover-up was over, I was sitting in the passenger seat of Sensei's car. I was covered in mud and blood, so I decided it wouldn't be a good idea to go home like this. First, I would take a shower at Sensei's house. I have to get cleaned up quickly before anyone sees me like this. While I'm fidgeting, Sensei is driving with a blank expression on her face. Her skill is extraordinary. How can she do this so carelessly and not feel anything? Was there a cruel side to Sensei that I didn't know anything about? What the hell happened to you while we were apart? Hey, Sensei, I couldn't help but ask you. Well, why are you doing this? Poor fool. Do you want to know why? It's because Sensei is a murderer. Patent criminal record. Well, I believe that was it. Right. So that is the end of the girl number 2. Pretty long. Somewhere it was a bit tiring. But yeah, overall it was a good experience. So let me know your thoughts, comments, subscribe, like, whatever you want, share your opinions, and do whatever you like. Have a great day. Bye.